Okay, this is my Facebook Marketplace haul. 2 stops, and I got all of this, all of this, all of that, and 15 pairs of jeans. This is incredible. We're going to go through all this, so stay tuned. I want to share with you. You'll be shocked at how much I paid for all of this. Like all of this fabric here, crazy, crazy. So on all of this fabric here, this here, all these bolts, and this entire box and this entire bag. There's a huge bag of this fabric here. This is inside out, sorry. We'll go through it in just a sec. It's got this fabric here. All of this fabric, this entire box and this fabric was $5 from the same lady that I bought these 4 bolts of fabric, and each one of these bolts has at least 7 yards on it. These retail for $9.99. Even on the bolt, it still says it. Let's see here. We're gonna go through this all here in a minute. Oops, sorry. And there it is at $9.99. So I've got 4 bolts that I bought for $20 for $5 a bolt. All right, we're gonna go through all this right now. Hi, I'm Katerina and welcome to this channel. I didn't want to piece together a bunch of videos, so you're not seeing my face right now, only because I want to get through all this. It's going to take a while, so you can see me in plenty of videos. But in this one, I'm probably just going to be doing just the fabric to show you on my Facebook Marketplace haul. So I'm always looking, every morning I check Facebook because I do reselling and I'm always on the lookout for lots of jeans for $2 and $3 a jean. But I don't like to go to one house to drive to one house spend $3 on one pair of jeans. That doesn't make sense to me. So I wait till I find bulk offers. So, and also on the fabrics, I won't drive. There's only a certain amount of miles I'll drive. I have to, cost over everything, because I can go online and find brand new fabrics at Marshall's for $2.99 a yard. I can find them on Michael's broadcloth for $1.99 a yard. So unless it's a super, super good deal, I'm just not going to be taking the trip and taking my time. So on Facebook Marketplace, things have to be super good deals. Now, this lady put up on her page that she had these 4 bolts and was selling them for $5 a bolt. I wasn't even going to argue with her. I paid her via Venmo right away. I could see when she showed the picture, because she had the picture like this. I could tell right away there was more than 1 yard, because if she said $5 a bolt and there's only 1 yard, I wouldn't have done it. But she said $5 a bolt, and I could tell right away this lemon one is more than 5 yards. So it's at least $1. These are at least $1 a yard, right? But once I got them, I could see that they were at least 7 yards on each one of these bolts. So we'll go through that. Now for this one, so I paid her via Venmo, and because I couldn't get there right away, and I knew that these would be snatched up really fast. So I just went ahead and paid her. Of course, I checked her profile, and then and then I told her I would tell her when I could get. And actually, we went over to look at some pieces of wood. My son does live wood tables and stuff along with our remodeling company, and a lot of times people will ask for a commissioned piece. And so we went to meet with the guy that owns a mill down in Spanish Fork. She was in Linden, so it was like quite a hike up. But since we were already on the freeway, I'm like, oh, well, let's just go there too afterwards. So that's what we did. So actually, I was able to get them the same day. So let's go through these. So first is this lemon. She had a piece. There's a little piece here cut off, just a tiny, she had used a tiny bit of it. So let's look at this. And it's hard to see. I don't know if I can get my camera up high enough to see this. So this is Novelty Prints, Lemons on Blue Gingham, made in South Korea, which is really good. South Korea makes very good fabrics. 100% cotton, machine wash gentle, right? Tumble dry, awesome. So you can use it for so many things. Look at this. You see that? I don't know if you can see that oh gosh, can you see that? Hopefully you can. I can't see it. Anyway, it says $9.99 a yard. So typically, now this is what I learned in a fabric store, that 2 of these is a yard. So 2 folds equals 1 yard. So we can count them. So there's 1, Well, actually, no, this one I won't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops. And then this one will be 5. Oops, you can't see me. And then 6, grab that one. 6, 7. So 7.5 yards of this one. Now, 7.5 yards for, I can't have my phone. I don't have my computer right next to me. I was going to take my phone, but my phone's filming. I wanted to divide that up. So I said 7.5 yards divided by $5. So $5 divided by 7.5 yards. That's, what is that? Like 70 cents a yard? Something like that? Maybe less. I don't know. I can't do that math in my head anymore like I used to. Anyway, so you can leave in the comments if you figured it out. But wow, and this is a super, super popular fabric right now. So this is what I'm really happy about. It wasn't even something that I had to say, I got to figure out what I could do with it. This, right away, I know. I can make wristlets. I can make tote bags. I can make makeup bags. I can make coin wallets. I can make wrist wallets. I can make, I said tote bags already, right? There was something else I could make from it that I can't remember that I make now. Oh, scrunchies, but I don't think I would make scrunchies out of that. So I think it would just squish up the lemons too much. It would be a waste of the fabric. So that's that one. Now let's go to the next one. So this one is really pretty, right? Wow, look at this one. It's so pretty. So this one is, it says here, coffee and spices. Can you see that? Oops, no, you can't. Coffee and Spices Herbal Collection at Kate Ward Thacker for Spring Creative Groups Products LLC. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just making sure it wasn't licensed. It's copyrighted, but that's fine. I don't think, it's not like a licensed one. All right, so now this one, let's wrap it up. This one was it's the same store and everything she bought it at, and it's still the $9.99 a yard. So this one has, let's look at this one here. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards left on this. 6 yards left on this bowl. So that's like what, 70, I don't even think it's 75. Yeah, 75 cents a yard or something like that. If you divided $5 by 6, it's like 7, something like that. But still, can you beat this? And look how pretty this is. It has it's the herbs, which is so popular now too. This is another fabric that's super, super popular. Like you will see people making t-shirts. That's just the plain t-shirt. And then they'll take just 3 different herbs and put them across the shirt and then put like their kids' names under each one. So it's really, there's so many things people do with these. Now these would make super good like tote bags for garden people, things like that. Of course, I sell my tote bags on the higher price point. So using it in your garden, you wouldn't want to spend that kind of money for a tote bag in your garden, but to go around and to shop and to, use it because you love to garden. Now that works, right? So anyway, this is really, really pretty. It's one, I don't have anything like that in my collection right now. This one is something I wouldn't think of ordinarily picking up. Such a nice, wow, it just feels so good. This one's super soft. Well, this is a Snuggle. So this is not quite a flannel, but it's kind of like a flannel, but it's a flannel that you can still use in making things. So you can still make book sleeves and book sleeves. That's what this one would be good for, book sleeves. Yeah. Okay, so I forgot about my book sleeves. So this still, even though, because it's not the really thick, fuzzy flannel, it's very smooth, right? So this one was from a different company, it looks like. Can you see that? Yeah, super snuggle flannel prints, 100% cotton. That's why it's so soft. And these ones were $8.99. Can you see that? $8.99 a yard. Okay, so let's turn it around this way. Just this one was made in Pakistan. And let's go like, well, let's just count this way then so it's easier to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards. So there's 6 yards left on this. So again, 70 cents. So I would definitely, let me just show you. 100% cotton. So it just feels super nice. Like you just want to put your cheek on it like a pillow, you know, like a nice pillow. Now this one here is a brand new bolt that wasn't even opened. It still has the silicone gel in there. So let's go ahead and open this. I don't like to leave things in plastic in my office and sewing room. So this is what this, looks a lot different without that plastic glaring on it. You see, it's got that glitter on it. These are adorable. I don't make children's clothes, and my granddaughters, well, one of my granddaughters is a princess. So the little one. So my one that's almost 18, of course, she wouldn't be interested in this. My 13-year-old would not like this at all. And my 7-year-old granddaughter is not into this. She's all into Minecraft and stuff like that. So she's not a girly girl. And she doesn't like pink. So that's not going to work for her. But I have a 2-year-old. Yeah, she's almost 3. 2-year-old granddaughter who is a princess and loves this kind of stuff. So I could make her something out of this. Maybe I could make her like a little tote bag that she could carry around with her and put her little toys in it. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. That would be so much fun, and give that to her for Christmas probably. So this one is from that same novelty prints. This one's called Blonde Princess, but this one's made in China, not in South Korea. And these ones also are $9.99 a yard. So let's just see how much is on a brand new. This one's not going to have as much because of the fact that it's like a, you know, more fancier fabric or whatever. So let's look here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards. So this one has 6 yards in it. And this one says, designed exclusively for Joanne. So these are Joanne fabrics. So she might have just bought these at the Joann's Fabrics, right? When they were closing out even. So anyway, and then maybe she got it for $1 and she's selling it for $5. Well, good for her, right? Anyway, that was that purchase. So now I have to figure out how to move these out of your way because I need to show you. Now at the same stop at her house, she also offered me a box of fabrics of all kinds, which I couldn't even check because she only wanted $5 for the entire box and a bag of fabric. So hold on, let me put these over here. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, okay. I just want to get them out of the way there so we can see what's in the bag and the box. So this is, I'm going to pull it over and then I'm going to push it back. So this is the box and I have pictures of it. Do you see this? So this box is big. It's, just tell you how big it is. So we know what we got for $5, right? So it's like 8 inches high and 19 inches long and 14 wide. So this is a big, it's heavy. I had to have my son pick it up. It was too heavy for me to carry because it has some knits in it, which are a lot heavier than cottons. So this was, I'm just going to keep turning it around so you can kind of, let me see if I can't get my camera any higher. But we'll take everything out and lay it out and see what we have. And then stay tuned because there's a question I need to ask you. I have no idea. There's something in the bottom of this box that she was making. I have no idea what she was making. I was thinking maybe candy corn holders for Halloween. I don't know, but I'll need your help with trying to decide what they are. You probably know what she was going to make with those. Anyway, so this is the box, which we'll put over here for now. And then this was the bag. It was a garbage bag. One of these, look how big. It's one of those 13-gallon garbage bags. Look at that. And this is what was inside of it. Like it just keeps going and going and going. She must have been making stuff with it because it just keeps, oh, because there's cut pieces as well. Doll, it's like a doll, something, bottom tail. So she was making, looks like animals or something out of it. Some maybe stuffies. Maybe she's making stuffed animals. So this is this kind. And I'm trying to think, what do you think? I'm wondering if like a younger person would like a book sleeve with the little bumps all over it like that. I thought that might be interesting. But look at how much there is here. So we're going to go ahead. Let me find the end of the actual, because there's some cut pieces there. And then we have this regular huge piece here. Wow, she did. And this is super wide. So let me tell you how wide this is. This fabric is, put it on my table here, is going to be, it's like 50, it's 50 wide. So let's see how much we have here. I'll leave the little pieces right here and then put this down, hold this, just give you an idea here. So we have 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, like 4 yards. So I have 4 yards of this, and this plus the box was $5. So even if I didn't want this, I could resell this. I could probably even resell it on Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks and get my money back for 25 bucks and get my money back for everything I just bought. So I could do that and somebody would buy it. I could sell it on eBay, but then I have to, it's heavy, and then the shipping would cost more. So I'm not sure I would want to do that part. So let me move this out of the way for us and go to the box. Because my next video, I think my next video I'm doing is, I'm doing one on Let's Go Shopping Online Together. And so we're going to do that one. But I also have one where one of my neighbors just gifted me an entire garbage bag full, like the black garbage bags, full of lace. So vintage, some of it's 50 years old, some of it's older than 50 years old. So we're going to go through that. That's going to be a lot of fun, a vintage lace haul. And then she gave me a bunch of fabrics as well. So we're going to go through all that in another video. But those I didn't pay anything for. So these are some ways that you can get your fabrics. If you're searching on Facebook Marketplace, ask your neighbors, ask your friends. I printed out, I made a little card that said accepting donations for, and then I said vintage lace, jeans, you know, anything 20 years old or older. And so one of my neighbors brought me 2 huge boxes of jeans from her and her husband. So, you know, there's ways to source all this stuff. So in this one, she had some cut pieces like these, which would be good, wonderful for these wouldn't make, I was thinking straps for bags, but they're not long enough. Yeah, well, maybe they are. If I had 2 of them, yeah, this would be long enough for. So there's like, you can take these would make nice, though. These would make really pretty wristlets. Yeah, those would make nice wristlets. So would these. And then here's another piece that she had. Looks like she was doing something with, and then cut it. And here's another piece. These aren't my vintage, you know, colors and stuff, but that's, you know, there's other things I can do with these. This one here passes for vintage. It's not a vintage fabric, but it passes for vintage style. So I do true vintage, and then I do vintage style. So my brand new fabrics that I buy, I typically try to find ones that are the trendy vintaging one that the people love to buy right now. That's a pretty piece right there. Not much, can't do much with that. And then there was this piece of, this is knit. Yeah, or this is like a knit. It's a pink, looks like she made clothes with it. So that I can use. It looks like she was making like maybe sweatpants or something, because there's a lot of this gray kind of knit. But these are great. You can put these for liners. So, you know, even though you couldn't make a bag or a tote bag or a jean bag with this, but this would make a very nice lining in a jean bag because it's darker, it's more authentic looking, right? So, of course, some people also want the jean bag with the really feminine, pretty flowers and everything lining inside. So it just depends, but there's options for that. There was here's a piece of flannel, a pink piece of flannel, which of course I could do something for my little princess granddaughter with that. This one I can use definitely in the business. So white and black polka dots, very good, can use that. And this one I super love. Is this called seersucker? You can tell me in the comments. But this is a huge piece. So I have here, let's see how much she has here. Let me move these over. Oh, this feels so nice. I love this feeling of this. So this one is one. Now remember, I paid $5 for everything. For one box. Two. It's almost 3 yards. So just shy of 3 yards. And this is super workable. This will work for so many items. In fact, I have a girl that I follow on YouTube that makes wristlets out of this, and people love it. And she also makes something else she makes that people loved. She also makes a bookmark like this. You know, I mean, obviously not out of the fabric, but she has a bookmark that has these stripes on it that's super, super popular in her store. But there was something else that she was making from this, and I'm trying to remember. It might have been the book sleeves. That's what I think it was, that people were buying like crazy at her markets. So I'm going to go ahead and just go off camera right here for just a second while I fold this up, because this part here, I'll put it over here with my Hobby Lobby haul that I still haven't put on my bolts. So I have a question for you. Do you guys wash your fabric when you get it home and then bolt it on your bolts, or do you wait before you use it, cut off what you're going to use and wash it? Let me know in the comments. She also had this anti-pill fleece in here, pre-cut fleece. It's 54 by 60, 1.5 yards. Again, it's more than $5 in any store you go to. Now, well, maybe you could go to 5 and below and find it for $5. You could. But again, the whole box was $5, so I wouldn't complain, right? And then I got this fabric was in there. This one I love. So this one is so perfect. And it's dress fabric, and it's, you know, higher end. So you can feel the quality in it. Let me see how much we have here for this one. It's probably a couple of yards, maybe 3. Let's see. So we have 1, and I'm just doing estimates, you know, I'm not like laying it all the way out for you. 2, because I don't want to bore you. 3. Oh, so it's a tiny bit more than 3 yards. Isn't that pretty? This is, it feels like dress fabric, like you would make a skirt out of it or something. But I'm thinking all kinds of things, of course, with all my lemons. This is super popular for everything. So anything you make with lemons, it's going to sell because people just love it. So wristlets, scrunchies, wallets, makeup bags, coin purses, mini bags, pencil cases, sunglass covers. Oh, sunglass, that would be pretty. Book sleeves, Kindle sleeves, laptop sleeves, and tote bags. This won't work for tote bags. It's too ply. It's not structurally, I don't like it for a tote bag. Oh, so anyway, there's that one. So the rest in here, I'm probably not gonna use. So I'm gonna be probably selling it all, and I'm pretty sure I can't, unless you guys have some ideas for me. So this piece was beautiful. This is a very nice piece, but I don't know, like, unless I make it for something for myself. This is like this knit, you see that? So this is like a sweater material. And I just don't, it's not really, I like the color. It's really beautiful, but I don't, as far as for selling things, so this is something I might want to just resell, because it's quite a bit of yardage. Let's see how much this is. And I wonder let's look and see how stretchy it is. Yeah, it's really stretchy. So that's hard unless you're making scrunchies, but I don't know that I would want to make a scrunchie out of this because I'm not sure how nice that feels. I probably have to make one first and see if it feels good on my hair, because I kind of base it on me. I have very fine hair and I'm kind of tender-headed. So I'm not going to sell something to other people that doesn't feel good on my hair. But because stretchy material is fine to make, is actually easy to make scrunchies out of. And they end up being more, what do you call that? Fluffy, which is really pretty. Floppy. Anyway, that's an idea. I would have to make one to see first, but let's see how much yardage there is here. Oh, there's quite a bit. Okay. So we have, oops, sorry. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's a little bit over 4 yards of that. And, even if I sold it for $5 a yard plus shipping on eBay, I would make my money back for the box, right? Plus more. So it's not that might be the better idea. So I don't know. Leave me in the comments what you guys think. All right, now, I'm running out of, even on my gigantic island, that's huge. It's just gigantic. It's, what is it? It's I can't remember now what the size of my island is that I work with, but it's huge. It has 1, 2, 3. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 6-foot butcher blocks from Lowe's. So that's, and how much is each butcher block? The length is, so there's 6 of them that are 6 feet. So it's 6 feet. There's the island 6 feet wide. And then if we take the wood, and where's my ending here? Where are you? Let me do it over here because I can see the end here. And then they are, 25. So it's 100 inches this way and 6 feet that way. So 100 by 6 times 12, what is that? 84? So whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so it's big. And I'm running out of room from all the fabric because I haven't been able to bolt my Joann's yet. Okay, so next is this one here, which is the same like that red one or that magenta one that we just looked at. Kind of like the same, it's the same like, well, it's not as stretchy, but it's stretchy this way. And again, it's like a fabric that you would make a sweater out of. It's really soft, it's pretty, and it's nice. It looks like it ravels like that, see? But maybe she did that on purpose. And there's like, I don't know, 2 yards of this. Anyway, so again, same question. I don't think this would go with any products that I make, actually. But again, let's see. I can sell it. All right, next is she had just a little piece of this piece of black fabric that I can definitely use as a lining, and it's not stretchy, so it would work. I mean, this is great. It's just small. It's just like a cutout piece. See, it's not very much fabric, but this one is extremely useful. So I'll put that there. And then she had, oh my gosh, she must have been this is why I think she was making like sweatpants and sweatshirts for herself or for her family. But here is a huge piece of the gray, like a sweater material again, very stretchy. And there's a lot of it. So let's see here. Whoa, and it's wide. Oops, I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, it's super wide. It's like 60 inches wide. Okay, let's just see how much there is here. Oh boy, it's really falling too. So there's one. It's hard to grab. 2, 3. There's 4 yards of this. So there's like 4 yards of that, and that's the same thing. Now this one, again, it could go in liners inside of jeans. I don't think it would work in tote bags or anything like that. So unless there's something you can make and sell that's out of knits, that's going to go into the reselling pile. And we still got another one of those gray ones. So here's a different kind. This is another gray one. It has these like lines in it, but it's another knit. And I just don't have time to make myself anything. And I just wear leggings and t-shirts anyway. And I stay, you know, I work from home, so it's not like I have to go places. So let's see how many yards this is. Wow, it's a lot there too. Oh, but something's weird. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we've got 1. I'm trying to do it without stretching it. 2, 3. Yeah, so she's got like 3.5 there. So that's the same question I have for you with all of that knit fabric. She had a little piece of something that we don't need. Let's just throw that away. No, actually, I'll strip it and use it for stuffing. Now, this is where I have my question. She has a whole ton of these things, see, in the box. And they look like this. What are these? What do you use them for? What was she making out of those? So at first I thought, you know, popcorn, but they're a little bit too small for popcorn. Then I thought candy corn for Halloween, but then wouldn't they be black and red, orange or something? So she has so many of these. I have no idea what they are for. So if you know what they're for, let me know. All right, so that was for $5. Was that a good steal or what for $5? Now, if you're into knits, you would have really been in heaven, right? Because those are, yeah, that would have been a really good deal for you. All right, now the last thing was the jeans. So we're going to go through my jeans. I like to do upcycling. So taking jeans, the ones that I can resell, I will resell. So if I get a Levi's, they're not being cut up because most of the time you can sell Levi's for a good amount, especially if they're men. But I've been getting a lot of women's jeans. I haven't been finding a lot of men's jeans. So my friend who brought me over all of her and her husband's jeans, her husbands were really worn out, so I couldn't resell them. So let's go through these. So this is this one I might have to turn around the camera. So I will have to split this into 2 because I'm gonna need to hold them up so you can see them. It's not enough room right here for that. So I'm gonna go ahead. It won't let me just turn my camera around and start recording, flip it over to me. So I'm gonna have to just stitch these. So hopefully I do a good job at that because I'm not good at that part. So I'll see you in a second. All right, so I'm back. So we're gonna go through the jeans now. So I bought them she said she had 15 pairs and I bought them for $30. So $2 a jean is what she wanted. And I was okay with that. So these ones, so this one here are, these are mid-rise skinnies, universal thread, 1834 regulars. In very good shape, you can see. So these, I don't think these are worth much. So for reselling my jeans, I have a rule of thumb. I have to be able to profit $10. It's not worth it to me to package things up, get ready to go to the post office or have the post office come pick them up for me. All of that stuff, you know, labeling them, weighing them, listing them. And I do have VAs that help me, but I have to pay them. So if I'm not making $10 of profit on a pair of jeans, I'm going to use it to upcycle. Because if I take a pair of jeans like this, for instance, I can take off the band here, right? This part here. And that can be, this one here, actually, I'll take off the hoops. And this one will become bracelets. And the bracelets out of these waistbands, I can sell those easily for $18 each. And I have my labor in there, but bracelets don't take as long as like upcycling the entire pair of jeans into a new pair of jeans. Those I price at around 150, anywhere, well, 75 to 150, depending on how much additions I put, how I reconstruct it, right? Then you have the pockets. So here's a little pocket. This one doesn't have that, but the pockets become pockets for for your bags, your tote bags and stuff. And then if you can salvage the zipper, you can do that if it's worth it. And then you take apart your seams. Now on these seams, these ones won't work. Let me find another jean that has a good seam. Okay, here's one. So you see these seams here? You take these seams off, you cut these off, and you make bracelets out of those as well. So those are skinny bracelets that can't sell, you can only sell those for, you know, $8 to $10. But if you're making a lot of them, you can make a profit on those. And you can embellish them in all kinds of ways. All right, so these ones here don't look like, I mean, they're in very good condition, but I'm not going to be reselling them. So those go into my upcycling pile. The next pair is mid-rise bootcut, no boundaries. Well, that's one I'd have to see, because this one, bootcut is super, super popular right now. So pretty much anything but the Walmart, Trident, Time and True, or whatever, in the Target brand and your JCPenney brand, any of the other brands, you're probably going to be able to make $10 on. So if I bought these all, if I just say this was $2 and then I can sell it for $20, then that's good, because I'll make $10. I have shipping. Even if I offered free shipping, I would still be ahead, but I would want to be careful of that, right? But so if I could get $20 to $24, that's ideal out of a $2 pair of jeans. People just don't realize, everything that's involved, you know, shipping, you have to buy a label, you have to buy your box, your packaging, your Polymer bag. You have to take your time to list it on eBay. Then you have to pay a listing fee to Etsy when it sells. And then if you have a VA like I do, you have to pay the VA. And then if you have ads, you have to pay for the ads. So it all adds up and eats into your, your net profits. So anyway, so these ones are really good and they're in very good shape. Let's see what size, if they're a good size. 17, which is a good size. And this is the kind that doesn't have the rips and stuff in it. So it'd be a woman that buys it, and not like a teen or a mom for a teen. So those ones I'll put in the selling pile. Then the next one is Maurice's. These are mid-rises and I haven't looked them up online yet. So I'd have to do that. But they're look like they don't go all the way down to your ankle. But these have the rips in them, which people love. So these I might, if I look online and see that I can't make it, these would be perfect. And I wish I could get the camera to give you just a little bit more of a, it's hard. But anyway, so for these would be really good to upcycle into a new pair of jeans. And what size are these? Because women that are a little bit bigger, 18W. So this would be, this is a good size woman, but it is a size that women in this size do like. the really dolled up, you know, the really upcycled. That means you're putting appliques on them. People actually rip, when they're doing upcycling, they actually rip the jeans on purpose. There's a way that you do that with a knife right here. And they do this stuff on purpose. But they'll also take like pretty other fabrics and we sew them behind the rips. So that's another idea to upcycle these. So I'd have to first see online. So that goes into the maybe pile. Then she had these ones here. Oh, these are nice. These are super nice. So these are, I don't even know how to say it. LIVB Haro. Hard. I don't know. Look, I don't know what that says. Anyway, these look like really, look at this. Look at the backs. These are beautiful. If I could resell them for a lot more, then yeah, but otherwise I would take these because of this inspiration and fix up the front, put lace here, you know, and do some other things to this. But these are in excellent condition. And this is just, look how gorgeous that is. That's super pretty, right? Yeah, that's super pretty. So that goes into my upcycling or selling pile. So I guess I could put that in my maybe since I don't know the brand, so I have to check that out. These ones are Lee. Ooh, okay. So these ones are by Lee, which is a good brand, and I most likely can sell them for $20. So I am going to double check that, make sure that this size is selling, which is, this is a heritage for premium quality and a smarter fit, and 18 medium. So this is the label in there. If I could get 20 for these, I would be super happy. So I'm going to put those in my selling pile. What do you make? Leave in the comments, what do you make with your jeans? These ones are MJ by Maurice's High Rise. So high rises are popular. Now, the other thing you have to look at is how worn is the crotch area, and this one is probably too worn for me to sell them. I'd have to look at it a little bit more, but this one has perfect pockets for tote bags and purses. So these are perfect for that. So, you know, so I'm not sure because I won't do anything that I feel is unethical. So if I feel there's something wrong, and plus you don't want returns. So you want to be careful with that, right? Let me check that out. I'm going to put that in my maybe pile because I just need to check the price for that. But then also I want to check again with that crotch area. You can't just reinforce a crotch area. That's tacky. So I wouldn't do that. So if they have to be torn apart, no problem. For $2, I would have bought it to tear them apart in the first place. All right, these ones look really new. Let's see what these are. These are TBA Denim. And if you know anything about any of these brands, these are brands I don't really know a lot about, but look at these pockets on the back. Love those. These I don't want to sell because I want to use those. These pockets are, wow, they're really, really, oh my gosh, I love those. Take that whole thing off and put that on a tote bag or a purse. Oh my gosh, bags, yes. I don't think I want to sell these unless I'm going to get like 50, which I don't think I will. So now sometimes you have to take how long it takes you to make something else, right? But with jeans, the beautiful thing about getting jeans is that there's so many pieces of it that you can use. So you're going to make your money back, and then a lot more, even including your time. So that's what's so great about buying jeans. Now, I will not pay more than $6 for a pair of jeans. So that would be the very height. And I usually won't pay that $6
if I'm going to use it for upcycling. I don't want to pay more than $3. So I want $2, $3 in there. To resell it, I will go up to $6 if it's I have a pair that I just bought on at a thrift store, which I'll show you on my next thrifting video. Actually, I think I already did that video. Yeah, I think I did that video already. On that one, it even still had the price tags on it. It was brand new, still had price tags on it. I bought it for $6 and I can sell them for $39, I think. So something like that, then I'll pay the $6. If I can get more, then I would say $25. Then I'll pay the $6. But for upcycling, no. So anyway, these have some thing on the side here. They have a tear here. So these are not going to be sellable. Thank goodness, because I didn't want them to be sellable because of these. I want to keep these. So I didn't want to have to make that decision. So, and yeah, you could upcycle all of this too. So it's like you could take this whole thing, keep these back pockets on. You could keep these back pockets on, and then you could fix that hole. It wouldn't be hard at all to fix, right? And you could have these spots here as intentional. So you would take something and make them go all the way down to make it intentional. But these, nope, I get to upcycle these. So I'm super happy about that. That's my for sure pile for upcycling. All right, let's see what else she has. This is the first time I've seen these, by the way, because I just brought them in and put them on my sewing table. These are riders. So I haven't looked, but I believe this is a brand, a higher end brand. And if they are that way, and these must be 18, these are 18s as well. She lost a lot of weight and that's why she was getting rid of them. And it has the Riders logo here on the front. And these are, the only thing bad about these are not the skinnies. And people like the skinnies, but maybe people this size, maybe if you're wearing an 18, you don't want the skinnies. I'm not sure. So, but wow, if these are resellable for sure. So I'm going to put these in my sell pile because I'm pretty sure that I saw that I can, is this my for sure? Yeah, that's my maybe. This is my for sure pile. Okay. Now, these are the next ones. Another nice pocket on the, oh, these are more riders. This one here is a riders. And it has like almost a stretchy waistband. It's nice if you're size 18 to have that. And yeah, stretch, comfort, no gap waistband. So I'll have to look that up. I've never looked that up before. Size 18. And these are in super good shape. I don't see anything wrong with them. And look at how nice those pockets are. You like those? I like those. Those are cool. This is a sellable piece. So this goes into my reselling pile. Which is for sure reselling goes here. No, goes here. Put it in the wrong place, I think. Okay, and then these ones here are, I don't know what that brand is. Let's see, it says, I think it's, oh, these are Old Navy. Old Navy Flirts. So you usually don't get enough. I think I can't sell these for more than $17 or $18. So I'd have to really see if I could get the $10 out of them. But again, it's not a big deal since I only paid $2 for them and I can always use them. Look at this already, like a purse could be made, a bag, a shoulder. What do they call that? Side shoulder. Oh my gosh. I was just looking at the patterns for this too. What is it? Crossbody. This right here, this piece right here is enough for a crossbody right there. So that I'm going to put into my upcycling pile. All right, then we have a light blue one. And this light blue one is Curvy Skinny Leg, Style and Company. I don't know anything about this brand. This one is like these, but there's a spot on the back. Now you can resell jeans with spots, but you have to show the spot. and make sure the buyer knows that there's a spot on there. I bought a tool from a guy on YouTube that I follow for eBay reselling. He's really cool. Anyway, he invented with his 3D machine this little tool thing. I don't want to walk over and get it because I don't want to, you know, go off camera so much. But anyway, it has this, it's a little like a magnifying glass looking thing. And then it has a little empty hole in the middle, and you hold it up and actually take a photo of that spot or the tear or whatever it is. And then that way you have evidence and proof that you told them. They have to approve that before they buy it. But these ones have, where did I see that spot? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. Now I could try to wash that out. I could try to get that out. This one has the intentional tears in both legs. Can't believe people pay for that. I'm sorry. Why not just buy a pair of jeans and tear them up yourself? So these ones, unless I can get that spot out, those go into my upcycling pile. So I'm going to put that in my maybe for right now. These ones here are short. These are like capris. These are that same brand that Maurice's. So if you know about them, let me know. With this beautiful stitching. Look at the stitching. The stitching is just gorgeous. I mean, I would like to just reuse all this beautiful stitching. And then look at the pockets again, just like the last Maurice's one, I think. It's so pretty. I think, didn't the last Maurice one have the embroidery or something on it? This is so pretty. I would love to have that on a cross shoulder bag or crossbody bag. I have to learn how to say it. The other one. These ones I probably couldn't get that much for and then it has the intentional tears again in the front. But these are short legs, see? They're only up like here. So let me see if I put them on me. They go down a little past my knees. So those go in my upcycling pile. Yeah, upcycling. All right, and then she had a pair of these black jeans. Now, black jeans aren't as popular as blue jeans. Or as the light, you know, the acid washed blue jeans still are popular. This is black and tummy control, but the label is peeling off. So, and again, gorgeous pockets. Like, I think for $2, it's just worth tearing off keeping these pockets, right? And in the front, the inner pockets also have that. See that? Let me see if the other side does. The other side does not, only on the right side. Oh, here it is. Style and Company jeans. So here's the tag. These are black, and I haven't ever even thought about selling black jeans. I'd have to look all of that up. So I will put these, since these are still, I'll put these in the checking pile just because my curiosity, I guess. But I'm really leaning towards keeping those because those pockets, whenever I see the pockets like that, that saves me a lot of work from embellishing the pockets. And then she had a pair of white jeans. These have a couple of spots on them. And again, these are only down to the knees and they've got that stretch in there. It's Rafaela Weekend. And I don't know, I'm going to try to wash these. I can try to wash these and get the stains out. They only go down to my knees. So again, I'd have to, but these feel very high end. And so I'm going to look to see if there's a demand for them and how much they sell for, even though they're the crops, you know, down to your knees ones. But the other thing, because this one here, it doesn't really go with my vintage vibe as far as upcycling goes. But I could use it for, if I get the spots out, I could probably still reuse the pocket, the hoops, the waistband maybe for something. If you have any ideas, let me know. But I just don't see a lot of use for these. So it might be just rags. I don't know. Take what I can and use the rest for rags if I can't get the spots out. But again, like I said, for all of them, for $30, I can't complain. And then the last pair was these camo kind, which are popular online. And I would not upcycle these. So these kind are super popular. More the men's are, but I am pretty sure, like, especially for hunters and fishermen, and I'm sure there's plenty of women who do that as well. These are a size, are these 18 as well? Yeah. These are super high rise, straight. So that's super popular for what people like, besides the bootleg. Bootleg's most popular. So these are these jeans, and I'm not interested in making upcycling these kind because it's not my style. I do more the vintage, hippie, boho, and this is more masculine, and I'm more into feminine. So I think I'm going to try to sell these, but I don't know the brand. That's the only I haven't seen the. I didn't find, these have spandex in them too. 99% cotton, 99% cotton, 1% spandex. And I think, yeah, I just can't find it's weird. Well, maybe I can match it up with something online. But these, if I could sell these, I will, because definitely it's not my style or anything like that. And not much I can take off of there to repurpose. So where's my selling? There's my selling pile. All right, so that's a lot. So just 20 minutes we spent just on the jeans. So tell me what you're doing with what are you upcycling? You know, share with me what you're doing. Send me to your YouTube channel if you do upcycling jeans. I love to watch and see what everyone's doing. And I am really happy that you're here. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. It really helps my channel. I'm really trying. I have some goals to meet. I've already met my 1,000 subscribers in about 4 months because I had the channel a long time ago. I started this channel 5 years ago for just journaling, and I did some videos, but then my husband died and I stopped doing almost everything because I had so much to do after he died, because he didn't prepare anything. And so he had a widowmaker attack. So so it was very sudden. And so I had to go through all his stuff and, source and sell and give away to the kids. And I have 9 kids, and I had to have them all come and to the memorial and all that stuff. And then we had to go through everything. And then I started finished remodeling the house I was living in Florida for 27 years. And sold that house, moved to Utah, bought a super fixer-upper that we had to tear down all to the studs in the inside and a lot of the outside. And so that's been a huge project that it's still ongoing. It's still not done because we didn't realize, and I've been a realtor for over 40 years as well. So it's pretty crazy that even a home inspector, none of us could realize inside the bones what was wrong. So there was so much wrong with the house. And it's an old house, but it's beautiful now, and it's going to be even more beautiful once it's all finished. I have 2 more bathrooms I have 3 bathrooms. One's done, one's remodeled. The other 2 need to be remodeled. I'm remodeling our family room downstairs to still do our entryway, which is a huge project because the ceiling is super high in the entryway. And then I have to do, and then I have to do a hallway downstairs, and everything else is done. But then we have a lot of finishing work. So like some of our rooms the windows aren't framed in yet. I mean, the windows are framed in, but they don't have I should know I'm in remodeling. I own a remodeling company. I can't even remember the name of my frame of my trim. So a lot of our windows aren't trimmed yet. Caulking isn't done. Little things like that take a long time. They're simple, but they just are time consuming. So I didn't restart this channel until like end of January. And so from then to now, I just got monetized. So I'm super excited. So I want to thank you guys all for that. And my next goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers. So that's what I'm working for next. And my first goal is just from YouTube revenue is to make $400 a month, which I know will take a while, just to have set aside for my electric bill every month. And so I know I'd have an account where I just put that in and know that whether it goes up or down in the winter, my electric bill is around $280, which I don't know why, because we have gas for heat. And then in the summer, it can go up to, using the AC, in the summer months, it can go up to $400, $450, somewhere that. So I figured if I just said $400 a month is my electric bill, I set up an account just for that, have it automatically taken out, which it already gets automatically taken out of my account. But I would have one just set up for that. My YouTube money would just go into that. And then I know that that bill is paid as long as I'm doing videos, which I can do even when I'm 80 years old. So I'm looking long term. I've been married twice, and both my husbands were really bad with money, and I was really good with money, but I didn't get to do what I wanted with my money. They wouldn't listen to me. So I made some really, really big mistakes. And so now I'm 67 and I still have to work. There's not enough. I get spousal Social Security from my husband being passed on, but it's nowhere near enough to even pay my mortgage. So that's why I do own 3 other companies. Our remodeling company is going good. But I want to have some more passive kind of income while doing what I'm passionate about, which is I love doing videos and I love doing hauls and doing teaching and tutorials, which I hope to get to soon. But there's just been so many hauls that I've been doing, getting everything set up because my office just finally got redone and I didn't want to buy fabric. I didn't want to buy supplies. I didn't want to buy my Cricut machine. And I don't know how to say it, Cricut or Cricut. Anyway, I didn't want to get any of that stuff. I didn't even want to get my big Mac computer until I had my office done. So we just got my office done in, when did I finally get it done? I think we got it done in March. So, and then building this island table was super amazing. So I have that video ready, to launch. So I'm going to go ahead and publish my after. You can see my before videos of the office and craft room. You can see that video. That's already been published. And then I'm going to publish my after. So that'll be really fun. And then after that, I have one that I did where I showed you how I organized everything in my office. So those are 2 separate videos because they get too long. They just get way too long. And I'm also going to do a vlog. I have my first one. I have my video editor helping me with that one right now because it's so much work to do a vlog. And I just want to see if you guys like that or not. If you like that style, like a day in the life of a small business owner and what I go through, what I have to do each day. And then, just sharing everything with you. I don't know if that's something people like or not. I know I like it. I follow some crafters. I follow XOXO Charlie, who's just really, I love her videos. And I follow a girl in Australia. What's her name now? Oh my gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh gosh, I forgot her. But anyway, she makes scrunchies and bags and stuff, and she's so cute. And I love following her. So there's a lot of people that I follow that are in the, selling products niche and then teaching sewing and things like that. So I follow some people for that too. And I just thought, well, maybe I would try it. I don't know if I'm probably not any good at it, but hey, you never know unless you try. And that's what I teach people I coach. You never know unless you try. So just go for it. Anyway, so I thank you for being here and look forward to our next haul, actually, because I have 2 more hauls to do for sure. But then I'm also doing a online shopping spree. So you're going to go online with me and I'm going to teach you how to look for the good deals for fabrics and which websites to go to, what their requirements are and things like that. So that's going to be a fun one. That might have to be broken up into 2. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.